Destiny UT. Black men speak on men marrying women they don't love.
And this is the reason why a lot of men end up marrying somebody who's a maid but not a friend.
Bro, I'm gonna throw some your way, and I want you to answer that.
This is the reason why she's washing your clothes. She's doing everything that you want her to do, but you don't want to talk to her. She easily irritates you because you don't even like her.
That's what I want to get to. Thank you for going there.
You don't even like her.
Bro, I've talked to several married men who told me that they don't like their wives. I asked them, well, are you at least friends with your wife? They're like, friends?
I bet they do. I bet they do everything for them, though. They do everything for them, though.
Can I say something?
You make enough money to marry a maid. I mean, to hire a maid. I mean, and then marry a friend, right?
Wow.
If you want, if that's what you want, and so what you really want is somebody to cater to your egos,
Your brokenness.
your brokenness,
Yeah.
because you didn't get that to Jesus.
Woo. Go ahead. Go, sis.
Can I say something? I have thought it a bit interesting that it does seem like some men enjoy men more than they enjoy women, but they marry women because they're supposed to, but their affections, their time, their energy, their vulnerability is giving space for men more than so.
And this is the reason why a lot of men end up marrying somebody who's a maid.
Go listen to what he says, or listen to what they speak about. I know a lot of people like this as well that never really like their significant other, and they do it out of obligation because it gets the bills done. It gets the bills paid, families taken care of, jobs are this like things are taken care of off the board, but they're with someone they generally don't like and they're not happy. And because sometimes so much has happened between them for so long, they feel like they can't leave and they can't get out. And so much has happened between them. All the families are intertwined. And they just feel like they're stuck because of all this history and all these decisions that have been made for so long. Oh boy. You can always.
Men end up marrying somebody who's a maid but not a friend.
So these gentlemen go on to talk about how a lot of men in their circle and men that they've talked to in an interview don't even like their wives because those women are basically in their lives to do domestic labor, to become replacement mothers, and to basically take care of their home. But they're not in love with them. They don't consider these women to be friends. So when we look at the divorce rate, and people keep saying, look at the divorce rate, it's so high, you know, women are leaving in droves. It's because modern day men have been taught and educated to marry women for the wrong reasons. Okay, you have so many podcasters that are out here telling men to look at very, very superficial things when picking their partner. Okay, and I'm just thinking to myself, do you even know this woman? Are you friends with her? Do you even like her as a human being? And a lot of them don't. They just want to know, how well does she cook? What dress size does she wear? And what they can get out of her, right? But then on the flip side, when that marriage breaks down, because oftentimes it does, they say, you know what? No, these things are mine, and you're a gold digger, and all of these things, right?
Easily irritates you because you don't even like her.
That's what I want to get to. Thank you for going.
Now, you know what, you guys? I'm listening to these men, and they're the ones that said it. I am just agreeing with them. In general, I think most men do not like women. Most people just like my vagina, and that's it. Hetero men like our vagina, but they don't want that relationship aspect of the relationship. You know, the part that actually makes it a relationship. They want acts of service. Okay? They want to know how you can make their life easier and what you are willing to do for them. Because ultimately, most men are selfish anyway. And they feel like we were put on this earth to serve them. So why would they have loving emotions towards somebody that they see already as someone who's supposed to just service their needs at all times?
But women, isn't that what makes you heroes? The idea of heterosexual sexual dynamics has a yin and yang quality in which femininity and masculinity contrast, complement, and fit together. The hetero male feels an instinctive texture and essence because it contrasts with our own masculine essence. Just interesting, brilliant, clueless. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good by being literally immortal. Men physically and mentally traits of Satanists, non-Christians, Satan followers, villains, sinners, alive, mortal, where all manly traits come from. Women physically and mentally traits of Christians, heroes, holy people, dead, immortal, where all girly traits come from.
Who is your favorite fearless hero? Who is your favorite fearless hero? Who's brave and ready for trouble? Ha ha! Who is so unbelievably humble? Who is your favorite fearless hero? Who is your favorite fearless hero? Who's the guy who rolls the dice and gambles with his life? Who's never been touched by a blade? Whose impulse is never afraid? Who is your favorite fearless hero? Who is your favorite fearless hero?
Scooby-Doo Mind Control, Warner Brothers. Kids.
So heavy. You are very relaxed and whatever, that kind of stuff. Anyway, you're going to become very, very brave, confident, fearless, heroic, powerful, unstoppable.
Asian women, women's opposite traits, even in men, physically and mentally, literally personifies Jesus, God's love, God's humanity, non-divinity, shameful, not self-respecting, not self-worthy, not self-esteem, humiliating traits. Because they're defective or dead, immortal, they lack or don't have a self, individuality, a mind, will, emotions, needs, limits that all are separate from Jesus or husband's own, meaning they literally don't have the ability to be selfish or have self-preservation. And the reason for this is because of these verses. Men in God, women humanity, mankind. A man is the image and glory of God, but the woman is the glory of the man. This scripture means that men literally personify God and women literally personify humanity. So since men personify God, that God is divine, and so the opposite of divine is humane, and so which is personified in women. So that's why all of women's opposite traits, physically and mentally, personify God's humanity. The tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it. For we are members of his, Jesus' body, of his flesh, and of his bones. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined to his wife, and they two shall be one flesh. Let us be glad and rejoice, and give honor to him. For the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife, the saints, have made herself ready. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine leaven, clean and white, for the fine leaven is the righteousness of saints. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. And the Lord God said, for the man to be by himself is not good. I will make for him an easier kineto. Hebrew word for helper as opposite to him. Men hateful, vengeful, vindictive, reactive, selfish, unempathetic, conditional love, clingy, cautious, women loving, merciful, pushover, non-reactive, selfless, empathetic, unconditional love, not clingy, risk-taking. Let her be as the loving height and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy you at all times, and be you ravished always with her love. If only she were fatter. Men physically and mentally traits of Satanists, non-Christians, Satan followers, villains, sinners, alive, mortal, where all manly traits come from. Women physically and mentally traits of Christians, heroes, holy people, dead, immortal, where all feminine traits come from. It's scientifically proven that even a small dose of power changes how a person's brain operates and diminishes empathy. Can two walk together except they be agreed? Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good, by becoming literally immortal. Men disloyal, polyamorous, women loyal, monogamous. For we are members of his, Jesus' body, of his flesh, and of his bones. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined to his wife, and they two shall be one flesh. Men unempathetic, selfish, ruler, unsubmissive, leader. Women empathetic, selfless, subordinate, submissive, follower. But Jesus called them to himself and said to them, You know that those who are considered rulers over the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great ones exercise authority over them. Yet it shall not be so among you. But whoever desires to become great among you shall be your servant. And whoever of you desires to be first shall be slave of all. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life a ransom for many. Men hateful, vengeful, vindictive, reactive, mean. Women loving, merciful, pushover, non-reactive, nice. But I say to you which hear, love your enemies, do good to them which hate you, bless them that curse you, and pray for them which despitefully use you. And to him that smites you on the one cheek, offer also the other. Men takers, receivers, women givers. And him that takes away your cloak, forbid not to take your coat also. Give to every man that asks of you, and of him that takes away your goods, ask them not again. And as you would that men should do to you, do you also to them likewise. Men hateful, vengeful, vindictive, mean, selfish, unempathetic, conditional love, clingy, cautious, manipulative. Women loving, merciful, pushover, nice, selfless, empathetic, unconditional love, not clingy, risk-taking, unmanipulative. If you love them which love you, what thank have you? For sinners also love those that love them. And if you do good to them which do good to you, what thank have you? For sinners also do the same. And if you lend to them of whom you hope to receive, what thank have you? For sinners also lend to sinners to receive as much again. But love you your enemies, and do good, and lend, hoping for nothing again. And your reward shall be great, and you shall be the children of the highest. For he is kind to the unthankful and to the evil. Be you therefore merciful, as your Father also is merciful. For who is greater, he who sits at the table or he who serves? Is not he who sits at the table? Yet I am among you as the one who serves. Donovan Sharp. Unconditional love is for children, pets, and weak males, not men.
No matter what women say, they will only love you if you keep your high status, your high income, your high value. The bottom line here, guys, is that unconditional love is for the weak. And I'm talking to men here. Any man who wants unconditional love is a man who wants to put it on cruise control. He wants the residual love he only has to work for a short period of time and then take his foot off the gas. Unconditional love creates soft, pathetic, non-confrontational, effeminate, unmotivated men. I want her to love me for me. No, you don't. You want to improve yourself just long enough to lock down a pretty girl, then let yourself go in order to give yourself an excuse to bitch and complain about her banging Kevin in sales. You are a weak-minded male who does not want the burden of masculine performance. You don't want to have to maintain your physical and mental edge. You don't have to bring your A game day in, day out. You don't want to have to be consistently dominant. You want to know why? Because it's hard. And weak-minded men who shy away from women because they don't just lift up their skirts for them, if you just walk up and say hello, fuck you guys. I don't feel sorry for you. Oh, I hurt your feelings? It's your choice to check out of the sexual marketplace because you're afraid of a little rejection. Get the hell out of here. Don't want you, don't need you guys. Stay the hell out of our way. You're butthurt because I called you a loser for not wanting to deal with females? No, I called you an incel because you're not willing to put in the residual work that is required to keep a female in line by keeping yourself in tip-top shape mentally and physically. Couldn't care less about you guys. So if you're still waiting on that special snowflake who will love your fat ass, who lives with his mom, has no car, no job, no ambition, gonna be a long wait. If you want a girl who's gonna stay with you if you lose your job, get fat, or start blowing money on video games, weed, and junk food, good luck. At the end of the day, guys, one might think that women are bad for falling out of love with men, but I don't think so at all. I don't think so at all, man. We as men, we foolishly believe that women actually mean the wedding vows when they tearfully recite them in front of the priest or the pastor. Oh my God, I finally made it. I have unconditional love. She's going to love me for better or worse, through thick and thin, in sickness and in health. No, she won't. And in some cases, it's not fair, but that's how it is. If you're stricken with some sort of disease, she might not stick with you, probably won't. She'll go to your appointments, right? She'll take care of you. But she'll only do that for so long before she starts looking for someone who will fulfill her needs. This is the masculine conundrum, gentlemen. You sign on the dotted line when you get with a woman in any capacity. Accept it and embrace it. A woman's love is only as strong as your performance on the job. Never forget that. This is how, listen, you can cry about it. You can complain about it. You can do whatever you want. This is how women are hardwired, guys. Women simply cannot love men unconditionally. Unconditional love is not for men. It makes us weak. It makes us soft. It makes us useless. Unconditional love is for the weak. Unconditional love is for children, women, animals, not men.
So why would they have loving emotions towards somebody that they see already as someone who's supposed to just service their needs at all times? He got with you, he married you because of what you could do. I can't cook, but she can. I ain't about to clean, but she about to clean. You about to do his laundry. You about to cater to his emotional well-being, be his therapist, make sure he go to his annual physicals every year and get checked out. You about to do all that. He get to sit back and not have to think or worry about a thing. That's why men are more lonelier than women when they are single. And that is why relationships, marriage or otherwise, will always benefit a man way more than it will benefit a woman. Because men are succubuses, okay? They are here to consume women, and that's it. They will literally drain your youth and divine feminine energy and life force out of you. And then when you can no longer be drained anymore, he will move on to consume another woman. That's why y'all gotta stop letting men play y'all like they the prize to be had and to be won, a shiny, bright new toy, and you just got to have it. Because that's not true. And for the most part, they know that's not true. You are the prize. You are their reward. You are the hot commodity, the energy in which they feed off of. That's women. That's you. That's why I always say, if you're in a relationship or whatever, ask him. Don't be afraid. Ask him why he loves you. And if he lists acts of fucking service, don't explain what love is and tell him your version of what love is. No, if he lists off by his own self without a descriptor of acts of service, he's with you for acts of service. Don't read between the lines. Don't try to clarify. He's with you for acts of service. They don't want to have to come home and have bonding time with us and connect emotionally and talk to you and pay attention to you and hear about what you've been up to and how you're feeling and your emotional well-being and making sure you feel secure and they don't care for all that. They doing what they have to do and they going through those emotions, which is like gut-wrenching for most of them, right? So that they can continue to feed off of your ass. And so they know that that's what comes with that. That's why I don't know why they so against sex workers. It would be a lot better for them and it would be a lot less painful and time consuming for both of y'all because, you know, you wasting my time and I ain't got the time. When you can just simply hire a sex worker to pleasure you if all you want is the but not the relationship. But I don't understand how y'all will marry and be in such a high level of committed relationship because men love being coupled. See, they don't want y'all to know that they the ones that really need to be coupled up. But anyways, they will go ahead and marry you and have a whole entire wife just for acts of service and not even like her.
So, and this is the reason why a lot of men end up marrying somebody who's a maid.
Just because a man made a choice of a woman who he does not like, but he can work with to marry does not make him. It just means he compromised in order to be able to get married. It doesn't mean that he's interested in going out and getting and rolling around in the bed with another dude. And frankly, that's a little bit of homophobia on the part of black people. You are showing us that you have certain judgments about us folk over here. If your man is not liking you, it's because he doesn't like you. It's not because he wants me. It's because he does not like you. He chose the wrong wife. It doesn't mean he chose the wrong person and that he wants someone with a penis. It means he chose the wrong woman.